Simmers, I'm back with another video. It's a speed build. This time we're in Evergreen Harbor. I took the community lot that's in the waterfront area and turned it into a nightclub. I kept it the same name because the lot was called the Waterfront, and I think that's a perfect thing. The idea of this was based around some of the events that we go to at Pride. Ours it's ran by people called Alternative Pride. They usually have things at warehouses where it's kind of like a rave type party. So this is kind of where I got the idea from. So to build it up, we start by building. It ends up having two buildings. They're on the medium wall height on the bottom, so it makes it challenging a bit later. I decided to, since I had the roof height already set, I just kind of readjusted. I was picking fences. I figured the one with the barbed wire on top was a little too aggressive. Um, then I found this one. I found the color, the gray color worked better for what I want. The only type of gate that matched this was a single one, so we bent fences out. So the idea that I had is the outdoor area, it has a stage for performers. At first I used foundations and I remembered platforms exist. So if there's music in that being played on the platform, everyone can enjoy it, even on the lower level. And then I realized that at this point I used the wrong one. The stage, the idea is this is where they would have performers. They have the DJ up there, and then there's the performers, like the drag performers and comedians or anything that would come to it. I put the canopy. I don't use this object that often, so I'm like, I had to use it. So I had to resize the stage so it fit it. Eventually, I put some curtains onto the back of it, just to add a bit thing. If you look at it from the wrong direction, you can see that the curtains are floating. There's no medium height doors that fit the industrial type feeling. This is kind of the front area where that table is. That's where you come in to get into to this place. A couple of them I've gone to had hot tubs, but I didn't like any of the hot tubs, so I figured I'd just put a bunch of tables out. And because of what I was thinking, since it is kind of a rave type party, there's going to be a few bars. I made sure there was one outside. Uh, I thought about using that bar. I don't think I ended up using it. So the first building, here's where I'll be putting up the curtains. And I went with pink just to go with the covering on top. And uh, some lights on the stage. As I was going through, I found a few other things I wanted, so I just kind of grabbed them. So the first building, to me, this used to be like one of the office buildings that had all of it, but it's where the performers are getting ready. So it's got two bathrooms, um, which were a pain in the ass because of the wall height, trying to get the um, things on the wall for like hand washing and the paper towels. I figured, yeah, they still have like the extinguisher, so I had to change the way I looked at the thing. It took me forever to find that one again. And I just realized those bathrooms do not have toilet paper in them. So yeah, they have like their change of costumes. I liked the idea of the vanities. I wish we had table mirrors that sit on the table. That's the one thing I really wish they would add to The Sims. I don't download custom content. I'm assuming there's probably someone who's done custom content that is mirrors. The only custom content I use is the red shelf for placing objects. And I have MC Command Center so I can change seasons, weather, time, and all that. So I got creative. I figured, oh, since they did have table mirrors, I'll just stick a mirror behind it. Then I used these end tables that look like suitcases as the performers brought these in with some of their makeup and all that. My idea is that they came in and set up early. So they have their makeups, their changes of clothes for the performances, everything there. And then I give them some nice couches so they can lounge if they're not out mingling with the rest of the crowd. There will be a bit of torture here because you get to watch me put up a whole bunch of lights. I want I wanted to make sure that as I'm building it's well lit. I did cut out when I brought my sim self here for the end video where I sat and changed all these lightings, dimmed a bunch of the inside lights so that the dance lights are the more prevalent. These poles were a pain in the butt. I will not deny that. Trying to get them in the right spot. It took me like several times to get them in the right spot. I wanted to go, like I said, it's kind of based on the idea of it's a warehouse that's been retrofitted for being a nightclub. So I set up a bunch of lights so that, again, so I could see what I was doing. I figure there's a larger bathroom inside the main part of the thing. I just kept with the same wall throughout the whole place. So you have this bathroom. Yeah, there's 5 stalls, but only 4 sinks. Continue with stuff for cleaning your hands and all that. Originally, I thought about putting a stage. I think I did. Yeah, I put a small stage on the inside. Uh, so here's me placing more lights. I rearranged this place a few times. I end up putting railings in, even though the lights don't actually touch the railings, much to my annoyance, to make it look like they're actually attached to something and not floating in midair. You'll see this in the tour. You'll see that they're kind of floating. I just kind of wanted to balance out. So I figured you have these nice dance floor type area. Now it comes to the end. I wanted to use these bars, but they don't have any counters to go with them, so I decided to use these bars because they do have counters. I figured, oh, they have cash. I eventually changed that out for a locks box because the cash register actually is floating. The table is lower than the counter. And here's where I start having lots of fun. I figure you want tons of places to sit and relax. Um, I tried to stick with using the same furniture. Figure they got it all on discount or it's all floor stuff. I wanted to make it so that it had more than just the things there. So yeah, you have a smaller dance floor on the upper upper floor. You have this huge dance floor on the lower ground and the dance floor on the outside. Figured they'd had people, local street artists, and that come in and uh, do some paintings. There's the graffiti creative things that I have all throughout this. I figured I'd put a little bit of a separation for the bathroom. And I'm like, let's really just make it look like they grab stuff and kind of put it together like some of the stuff they got for on discount. That so you've got different colored stools and everything. And I just went all in for like different colors and just trying to make this place look so vibrant. Like I said, there's just tons of places to sit, and I eventually used these tables as well because I wanted some other spots. So in theory, you have tons of places where you can sit, talk with your friends. I figured a nice little pillow area. I should have put a stuffed animal in there. I should have put a stuffed animal in. Now that I'm thinking about it, there should have been a stuffed animal. Here's where I changed those lights out for something else. I decided to use these lava lamps that the game has, and I added some extra counters to that because I thought it looked so neat. Making sure there's dance lights. I was trying to figure out how to fill this place in and just be as creative and just make it look like it's just all out for this concert type thing. These extra little details. In the end, I'm actually very happy with how it turned out. To me, it really feels like what these events are. I decided they need a bar upstairs, so I do use that bar. These glowing end tables, I decided just to stick to all over the place. As you see, I just went all out and just tried to make this place look so interesting and try to catch the attention. Uh, uh, Figured you'd need, so I put more cushions down so you have somewhere to sit while you're waiting for the bathroom. That corner looked empty, so again, just colorful furniture and just really wanted to try to make sure I used all the space. Again, just kind of color coordinating the lights to the counters, and that. Here's where I changed it, and I just found another light that I kind of liked. It had different colors. To go all through all of this. So yeah, this last bit is me kind of just going around making sure I got stuff. And here's the tour. So yeah, I changed the cash register because it was actually floating up in the air for this cash box. So yeah, this is what these events are kind of like. You have this out there. Everyone ends up being just staying out here because this is where the DJ uh, came. So they've got like these dance lights. So the whole idea again was that this place was supposed to be like the events that I usually hang out at during Pride and that. So I set this up so that it's all nice and comfy. Like I said, it's all set up so that it looks like each of the our performers have their own little changing area. So they have a bit of privacy while they're getting ready. So yeah, there's a whole empty space there. I couldn't think of anything to put in it. I figure it's Mad Rush. It might have a few of their friends in there. Yeah, just showing. Yeah, you can see there's no toilet papers. Um, there's a part where I just kind of stay on all the people dancing and partying and you see a person passed out on the stage. So someone was partying just a little too hardy. Come in. You see all of this. As you can see, the lights are floating, but you can pretend that they're attached to those poles. There's my sim self sitting at the bar, talking with the bartender. I originally had him order a drink, but by the time I got here, he had already finished it. And I should have changed his outfit. We come into this bathroom. Yes, it's black counters. Uh, but I think it turned out well. It actually gives the real feel. Like I changed a bunch of lights. I dimmed a lot of the lights so it's a bit darker. Oh, there's a lady dancing on the dance floor. So that all the other lighting was what was lighting up the room. So it wasn't the roof lights. They're all dimmed or turned off. And there's no one up here. In a real event, these places would just be packed with people. You'd have people up here sitting, lounging, all that. And I like the fact that you can look up over the dance floor. Good spot to people watch, or in this case, sim watch. And that's what I did for this one. I just about got next week's build tour finished. It might actually turn into 2 weeks worth of build tours because of the size and some of the added parts to it. I might have one half of it finished by then, and have the other part for the next week. I think this is where we get to see the one sim. They're just partying. There it is. And this is where I paused, just like, yeah, the person is sleeping on the stage. They were exhausted. That's what happens at these type of events. So until my build tour on Monday, I hope you have a good weekend. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to. And until then, susu.